Many people know Padre Pio as the saint with the stigmata. But what was he like as a teenager? Was he a typical teenager, or was he destined for greatness from the start? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to our YouTube channel following Padre Pio. If you're new to our channel, Padre Pio was a Capuchin friar, mystic, and miracle worker whose intercession is still very powerful and active today. We publish videos and shorts 5 days a week, so follow us to find out more about the life of this fascinating saint, and you will be amazed at what Padre Pio can do for you, a family member, or a friend. And now to our story. Today's stories are sourced from the book Padre Pio, A Saint Among Us by Renzo Allegri. In his book, Renzo Allegri shares testimonies from various friars who knew Padre Pio since the time of their novitiate. Now, these testimonies offer us a glimpse into Padre Pio's character in his teenage years. And as we all know, these years are usually the most troublesome. However, Padre Pio was notably different. Everyone who knew him noticed that there was something unique about him. According to Father Bernardino, Padre Pio's theology teacher, he stood out because of his demeanor. Among his fellow students, who were cheerful and boisterous, he was quiet and calm, even during playtime. Always humble, friendly, and obedient. In 1904, young Brother Pio arrived at the convent of St. Elia a Pianici to pursue his studies. There were also some young boys, around the ages of 14 or 15, who aspired to join the Capuchin order and came to the convent to learn Latin. They quickly noticed that there was something different about Brother Pio. One of them, who would later become Father Raffaele of St. Elia a Pianici, shares his impressions. Since that first meeting, Padre Pio awakened in me a feeling of great admiration, especially for his exemplary behavior. Being as young as I was, I didn't understand much about virtue, but I noticed something that set him apart from the other clerics. He always had a silent air. There was no danger of him saying anything unnecessary. Now, this is an interesting observation. St. Francis de Sales, in his work Introduction to the Devout Life, emphasizes the importance of using speech for the glory of God. He advises believers to avoid idle chatter and to speak only when necessary and beneficial. This is something I myself should keep in mind. Furthermore, Father Raffaele recalls an anecdote that reflects Padre Pio's willing character. He shares, "In the summer of 1905, I was helping the clerics. We had to carry stones to repair the floor. Some among us repeatedly picked up the lightest stones. Friar Pio, on the other hand, innocently grabbed the heaviest one. I was close to him, and seeing how much effort it took him and how he struggled to lift it, I helped him put it on his back. Then I also picked up a lighter one, and we walked together, always in silence, while the others played and joked with each other." Another account of Padre Pio's early years comes from Father Damaso, who first met Padre Pio in 1904 when he joined the novitiate at St. Elia a Pianici. He shares an anecdote that shows Padre Pio's unwavering morals. He tells us, "Even in my young eyes, Padre Pio seemed a little different from the others. He stood out, even though there was nothing extraordinary about him." Just a quick side note, at this time Padre Pio did not yet have the visible stigmata. Father Damaso continues, "He was kinder, always had some kinder words for us, and gave us gentle advice. We listened to him willingly. During break time, the students would go to the garden to pick fresh beans without permission and eat them. Then they would offer some to Friar Pio, but he gracefully declined, which earned our admiration and sympathy. His behavior, different from the others, was admired both by us, the aspiring religious, and by the people," said Father Arcangelo. "When interacting with us, we noticed his composure, as well as his reserve and religiosity. He didn't have an elusive character, but sociable and very approachable. He didn't make others feel uncomfortable, and all his companions held sincere respect for him. A true beauty emanated from his person, both in his face and his composure. Furthermore, Renzo Allegri shares that Padre Pio participated in all the usual fun activities with his peers, including playing games and taking weekly outings from the convent. During one of these outings in May 1906, Padre Pio and 10 other boys traveled to Macchia Valfortore, a village distanced approximately 6 kilometers or 3.5 miles away from the convent. Now, on their way to the village, they came across a field of cherry trees laden with fruit. The owner, seeing these young friars enchanted by the cherry trees, invited them to climb the trees and eat as much as they liked. As soon as the owner finished speaking, the friars were up in the branches. Only Friar Pio remained on the ground. However, the farmer's joy soon turned into anxiety. You see, the young friars were forcefully pulling on the branches to reach the cherries, causing the branches to snap. With each crack, the farmer put his hands to his head, fearing that his poor trees were ruined and they would not bear fruit the following year. At one point, Friar Pio intervened, saying, "Hey boys, you can eat, but at least spare the trees." Padre Pio, whose parents were also farmers, understood the situation very well and shared the farmers' concerns. When Padre Pio later recounted this event, he emphasized that contrary to all expectations, those trees had borne twice the fruit the following year. End of story. Thank you for listening. Please do share this video to help our channel grow. And please give our channel a boost by continuing to watch another video. This will help with the YouTube algorithm. I have recommended some videos especially chosen for you on the end screen. Or just click on one of the links in the description below for a full selection of great Padre Pio stories, or our playlist of Padre Pio Thoughts for the Day. And don't forget to enroll your Mass intentions for next Friday's Padre Pio Holy Mass. You'll find the link in the description below. And stay tuned for the next video on the life of Padre Pio.